This is the Star News Brief. I'm Mark Gitau. The 8.6 billion Kenyan shillings police insurance scheme does not work, an audit shows. The officers are left to struggle accessing compensation and other benefits despite the insurer receiving billions of taxpayers' money. The cover was to provide comprehensive medical care, life insurance, compensation for injuries sustained in the line of duty, and benefits in case an officer dies. This has, however, not been the case, according to a damning report by Auditor General Nancy Gedongo. For instance, the report reveals that officers who sustain injuries in the line of duty are not compensated despite being provided for in the deal. Get a copy of the Star by subscribing to our e-paper with only 40 shillings through www.mgazeti.com. The US has cut off funding for about 85 programs valued at about 52.2 billion Kenyan shillings to Kenya following an executive order by President William Ruto stopping foreign aid, Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has said. Critical life-saving programs, emergency food assistance, and police missions in Haiti will continue receiving funding, the Cabinet Secretary says the disclosure when he appeared before the Senate plenary on Wednesday to respond to the questions by the lawmakers. Civil society's finances are set to come under sharp scrutiny by the state as President William Ruto's administration steps up the war against money laundering. The government has proposed a law which, if enacted, will empower the Public Benefits Regulatory Authority to monitor and report NGO finances to the government. The Anti-Money Laundering and Countering Terrorism Financing Laws Bill 2025 seeks to empower the authority to safeguard civil society groups from the risk of money laundering and terrorism financing. Rights agency KNCHR says there are violations of human rights by police officers in the recently launched security operation dubbed Ondoa Jangili in Isiolo and Marsabit counties. Kenya National Commission on Human Rights said in a statement there are violations of law like killings, abductions and forced disappearances, violence towards the elderly, intimidation and illegal confiscation of personal property. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and his allies are planning a series of nationwide engagements as talks on alliances continue to take shape. Gachagua, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa and George Morara have teamed up to unseat President William Ruto. Jimmy Wanjigi of Safina Party and Kisii Senator Richard Onyonka also attended the meeting. The team has so far had 2 strategy meetings in Nairobi in the past 1 week, with the latest one being on Tuesday. Get a copy of the Star by subscribing to our e-paper with only 40 shillings through www.mgazeti.com.